we're going to talk about the U.S. Crypto Task Force to focus on delivering national Bitcoin reserve. So the Federal Reserve could issue debt or sell some of its gold reserves to fund purchases of Bitcoin, the report said. The U.S. Crypto Task Force will focus on delivering a national Bitcoin reserve, the report said. The U.S. Crypto Task Force will focus on starting up a national Bitcoin reserve, a move that is likely to spur similar efforts worldwide, broker Bernstein said in a research report Monday. Quote, a creation of a U.S. Bitcoin reserve could lead to a global race amongst sovereigns to buy Bitcoin as one of the reserve assets, end quote, analysts led by Gautam Srigani wrote. There you go. The formation of a strategic reserve poses a number of structural questions, the report said. Will the U.S. Federal Reserve or the Treasury buy Bitcoin? If the Fed, that would require legislative approval, the report noted. How would the Fed fund cryptocurrency purchases? Bernstein said it could issue debt or sell some of its gold reserves. We've talked about this. And I do want to say, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Just on a note. Elon actually tweeted this about Fort Knox earlier. Let me see if I can pull it up. In relation to that, basically, I'm going to tell you that they have to print debt, right? So, I believe Doge was looking into Fort Knox. Well, looking for the gold at Fort Knox, and it's gone. And I just bring that up because, like realistically, we know for sure that what they're going to do is print money. And so, what does that mean? That means it devalues your U.S. dollar and props up, of course, the assets that individuals within the government have to control. So obviously, having the asset that people are trying to purchase in a supply and demand scenario is going to be exactly what you want to do. Now, do I know for sure all the gold in Fort Knox is gone? Not necessarily. I know that the US dollar is no longer backed by gold. I know that we have sold a lot of it. And I know that even if we have gold, they aren't going to want to get rid of it. It's a lot easier to just print money out of thin air, buy up everybody's Bitcoin, and control it all. So I think that's the strategy that would be utilized, which means I think that we will only see inflation get worse. And the only way to protect yourself is with, obviously, assets, including Bitcoin. Crypto Crack said it will be interesting if you can actually get an audit of the gold. I think that would be really interesting too. So I answered that question as far as what they would do. They're going to print money, right? It does say the U.S. government could add the $20 billion in Bitcoin it has seized from criminal enterprises to any national reserve. The report added, I think that this will be part of it by and large. I think that's where they'll start. I know some people said, oh, they can't use it if it's used in crime. Yeah, BS. I'm sure they can. And then, hey, good news, cleans up the Bitcoin, right? The broker noted that the Trump administration also announced the creation of a sovereign wealth fund. Now, of course, that's completely separate. We talked about the sovereign wealth fund. We thought it was going to be the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve announcement. It was not. That sovereign wealth fund can hold alternative cryptocurrencies. However, it looks like it's primarily there to hold foreign stocks like TikTok. At least that's the only thing that's been officially announced. You can watch my video on why I don't agree with that at a later time if you're interested. Now, such a fund would consider key U.S. crypto companies and market leaders as strategic assets to own, Bernstein said. Investors should position themselves for the next leg of the bull market across Bitcoin and Bitcoin-linked equities. What's been amazing is we've had more and more time to basically accumulate miners and cryptocurrencies because we've seen the largest delay in the bull run, I think, in a while. Now, obviously, we still had that 18-month mark from the halving. and that's not going to be until December or whatever coming up. But we should be, I think we should be historically a little bit higher. We haven't really hit that first full pullback, and so there's still some time if we're looking at past to determine future. And like I said at the beginning of the show, there's a lot of external macroeconomic factors that are going to impact this, such as people just not having money to invest, right? And that's a problem. Dario did say, yes, I talked about that last week, I believe. The FTX refund is coming. I said I'm not necessarily sure it causes a pump, right? I mean, people are hurting for money. If you get a payout from FTX, are you going to inject that into the market that you lost the money on? I mean, a real degen would, sure. And he also said that that will pump the market. Yes, the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve will pump the market. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. If you would like to see more from this particular episode, take a look up here. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me directly, you can go to sonofatech.locals.com and become a member. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday.